So let's get started. This cartoon story is borrowed from Dr. Karma Jones, MD, PhD at the CDC. It's her concept of the U.S. healthcare system. However, it is my artwork. The hero of our story is Stickman, and there he is, right on the edge of the cliff. Oh, wait a minute, back off, watch out, oh no, wait! In the U.S., the fun begins when the Stickman falls off the cliff. How do we know he's a Stickman? Well, only a guy would be fooling around on the edge of the cliff. Hey, watch me, bet you can't do this. In the U.S. healthcare system, we're all about coming and picking up the person in the EMS vehicle after they have fallen off the cliff and taking them to the emergency room. And the emergency room, as you recall from the Hot Spotters video, is crowded with folks like Derek who've gotten sick from conditions that could be prevented. And as you also probably recall, Derek had been there 35 times in the last 6 months. One way to prevent falls is to build a fence at the edge of the cliff. This is called primary prevention. In the U.S., we don't do much of this because usually there's no money for this sort of intervention. We spend it all on treatment. But remember also, it doesn't take a physician to build a fence. And these sorts of expenditures, we have spent millions and trillions of dollars on medical care instead of the primary prevention that could prevent Stickman from falling off the cliff. Another thing we could do is we could put a net out halfway down to catch those who have fallen off the cliff. This is called secondary prevention. And we could, and we most likely will do this in the U.S. healthcare system, rehab Stickman once he falls. That system of rehabilitation is very expensive, and most people still hang out around the edge of the cliff. In other words, they don't make the behavioral and lifestyle changes that are necessary to truly benefit from that rehabilitation. This is called tertiary prevention. And also, we can, in the U.S. healthcare system, if Stickman can't care for himself, we'll stick him in a nursing home. But we won't pay for someone to come into his home and care for him or pay for him to go to rehab services on an outpatient basis. The most effective way to prevent Stickman from falling off the cliff is to move Stickman and his family to a different community away from the edge of the cliff. In the U.S., we almost never do this, nor do we work to improve the community in which Stickman lives. Actually, in the U.S., there are two communities where people live. One community, number 2, is right near the cliff. There's no fence, no net, and the EMS vehicle has flat tires. But the real story in the U.S. healthcare system is there's another community, community number 1. In that community, families live far from the cliff. And additionally, there are fences and nets and high-quality treatment systems, and the EMS vehicles never have flat tires.